Hi, I'm Jared Woodham, and today we'll be talking about observational learning. Now, to talk about observational learning, you need to know what we're talking about. It's also called the social learning theory, and it occurs when an observer's behavior changes after viewing the behavior of a model. For instance, if a baseball pitcher walks up to the mound with a ball and does his wind-up and throws the ball, someone who's never watched baseball before finds it interesting. They're going to want to go up there and pick up that baseball, and by watching, just do what they saw from that pitcher on the mound and try and replicate their actions. And to do that, they'll have to go through the four processes, or be able to achieve the four processes of observational learning: attention, retention, production, and motivation. The first is attention. Observers cannot learn unless they pay attention to what's happening around them, and it's influenced by characteristics of the observer. So what that means is, in our former example, for the person who's never played baseball before to be able to learn how to throw, they first have to pay attention to the pitcher and watch him throw, watch his mechanics, the details of the throw. That way they can understand what he's doing so they can use it in the future. Next would be retention. Observers must not only recognize the observed behavior, but also remember it at some later time. So, as this person is watching the pitcher pitch, they have to be able to pay attention and also retain the information. That way that whenever they get the ball in their hand in the future, even when they're not with the pitcher, they'll be able to replicate his actions and use it on the field. Next is production. Observers must be physically and intellectually capable of producing the act, which means if the person is not mentally able to throw a ball, or if they're not physically able, if they haven't learned how to throw a ball yet, or if they're not mentally able to and physically able to understand the mechanics of a pitcher's wind-up, they're not going to be able to perform the action. And lastly, motivation. Observers will perform the act only if they have some motivation or reason to do so. For instance, if that person sees the pitcher play, now they want to play. Their motivation is to be able to play baseball, be able to play softball, to be able to make it to the next level, ultimately the majors. That would be their motivation. Next, we'll take a look at the background of observational learning. The man that was most famous for researching and discovering observational learning is Bandura. Bandura came up with a theory that most people will learn just by observing and nothing else. He tested this theory by putting a Bobo doll in a room and testing three groups of kids. The first group of children saw an adult violently attacking the blow-up doll and received no consequence. The second group saw someone playing with toys next to the Bobo doll but did not directly harm the doll. The third group did not see anything to do with the Bobo doll. The first group of children were allowed into the room, and they reacted by violently attacking the doll. The second group also got to play in that room. They walked in and mostly did not harm the doll. They played with the toys, they played with the doll, but didn't really harm it. The third group, who didn't see the Bobo doll at all, also walked in and non-violently played with the toys. So, as just looking at his experiment, it seems that his theory is correct. So what I'm doing, after seeing his results, I wondered if I could receive the same outcome. We decided to recreate his test to see how accurate his theory and tests were. So we've decided to test someone on the proper way to overhand toss a ball. I observed her to see if she knew how to correctly throw a ball, and from there the experiment began. Now, what this video is like I said, I observed the subject picking up the ball and throwing it. This is the video of her first attempting the overhead throw. Now, as you can see, the mechanics of that throw were terrible. She does not properly know how to throw a ball. Now, as you can see, I let her throw the ball without her having any previous knowledge of how to do a correct overhand throw. Now in this next video, I got the ball, and I didn't say anything. I just said, "Watch me throw the ball." I threw the ball, let her pay attention, see if she could retain any of the information, and see if she could act upon it. Now we'll watch. Now, as you can see in that video, her mechanics from the first time to the second time drastically improved. So, what I can draw from just that first trial is that she paid attention and that she retained a little bit just from watching me. Now, her form still wasn't great, but, like we said, it improved. And she obviously has the ability to do it. Now, she got the chance to throw again. I got back up in front of her one more time, and I threw the ball again just to let her get another view of what she needed to do. As you can see, I slowed down my throw a little bit. Let her get one good last look, see what she needed to do, see if she could pay any more attention to the closer details without me telling her to, see if she could retain anything else about it. Now, we'll watch her last trial and see how she's come along. Now, as you can see, that was much better than the first try, and just to get an idea of what that was like, we'll show you the first try once again. Okay, this is her first try. Now, like we said, she's come a very long way from the first try to the last try. And just to give you an idea of what the mechanics are that we're looking for, you start the throw with a downward movement of the non-throwing arm. You'll step forward with the opposite foot. There will be hip and shoulder rotation. You'll come across your body with your arm and release across the body. Now, like we said, there was no vocal instruction. All she saw was me demonstrating, and I would give her the ball, and then she would try and do it. So, my conclusion to this experiment is that his tests that he ran with the 3 groups of children were correct. He had the same results that I did. Observational learning is very effective indeed.